Hey! Nightshade. You heard of this one? Let's go.
You never played a game quite like Nightshade. And no, I don't mean that shitty sequel to that shitty remake of Shinobi for the PS2. I'm talking about the first Nightshade, the swan song title from Ultra Games for the NES. It's hard to describe what exactly Nightshade is, but imagine a game with a present-day setting that is one part King's Quest, one part Maniac Mansion, mixed with a little bit of Street Fighter 2 and Earthworm Jim, and that's pretty much Nightshade. If you're still lost, just know it's by far one of the most ambitious and creative titles on the NES. It isn't perfect, but the fact that this game's many pieces work as well as they do makes this game more than noteworthy. Nightshade is an amazing achievement for the NES, and not only have you probably never heard of it, you've never played anything quite like it. Enter the crime-torn streets of Metro City. There was a time when these streets were safe and welcomed citizens of all walks of life. But that was before the city's protector, Vortex, fell at the hands of criminal mastermind Sutek. Now Metro City is in dire need of a new savior. A person with the courage and bravery to take a stand, to fight back, and take back this troubled metropolis from the clutches of evil. That person is Nightshade.
Wow, what a guy! I'd love to meet him in person. Holy shit, Lampshade!
Nightshade.
Holy shit, Nightshade! Oh my god, I can't believe this is my own house! Nightshade! Night fucking shade!
Knock it off! Stop ripping off James, you no-talent sack of shit! Where's that goddamn Nekbone?
Ow!
There he is!
Oh shit!
You ruined the Star Tropics review! You stupid sucker!
Nightshade, man!
What?
What are you doing?
Man, what are you doing? Acting happy, drinking wine, and playing games all the time. Nobody plays games and drinks wine, you fag!
But Nightshade, I'm reviewing your game. I'm reviewing it because it's really good. And be honest, when was the last time anybody was talking about Nightshade?
That's fine, I guess. But why can't you do your own thing? Why do you have to rip people off way more talented than you?
Oh, well, because I'm lazy and I have no talent. But Nightshade, listen, the angry nerd is not going to review your game. I'm the only one looking out for you, man.
That's not true. What about Little Miss Gamer?
Oh yeah, that's true. But listen, Nightshade, you're here. Why don't you help me out with the review, okay? What do you say?
Alright. At least James is funny.
Oh, you're right. Well, let's do this. We don't have to.
No.
We could.
No.
We don't.
Let's.
We did.
No.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
not?
yeah.
Okay.
Join me on that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
what's this? This is where I.
Oh. Really? The whole magic thing.
This. Yeah.
Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get back to the review. To give you an idea how unique this game is, I'll give you a quick walkthrough of the first few minutes. Supervillain Sutek has tied our hero to a chair next to a bomb, armed and ready to explode. To escape while avoiding harm, Nightshade must quickly find cover and safely wait for the bomb to detonate before moving to the conveniently placed candle to let the fire burn through his ropes. Then, after some clever investigation, our hero finds his way outside of the building and into the heart of the crime-ridden city. And from there, Metro City becomes your playground. You're not really given any specific direction, but trust me, this is a good thing. Half the fun of this game is just exploring the city and trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing. You can rescue cats, visit the library, check out the ladies' changing room, save citizens in peril, or don't. It's all up to you. Hell, just exploring the ins and outs of the city will take you about a half hour, and this is an 8-bit Nintendo game we're talking about here. And unlike games like Dr. Chaos and Castlevania 2, it'll take you a long time to exhaust every idea and become hopelessly stuck. Truth be told, you will probably need a guide to help you through all the way to the end, but even when you know exactly where to go, there's still so much to see and do. Really, for an original 8-bit Nintendo title, this is about as rich of an experience you could ask for.
You know, Nightshade, some people don't like this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Like who?
Some people on the internet.
Fuck you.
It's
One of the highlights of Nightshade is the dialogue, specifically the super cheesy jokes and painfully corny puns. There are stupid jokes everywhere. This game is fucking hilarious. And if you're a fan of stupid humor done right, you'll agree. There's so many jokes in this game, there's something to laugh at on literally every screen. Nightshade is always describing something in a humorous way, or saying something so painfully dumb you can't help but groan and laugh at the same time. Nearly everything that comes out of a hero's mouth is so deliciously bad.
Cool, what a great grade. My great-great-grandfather had a grate that was greater than this, though.
Great.
That's pretty great.
So not only is this one of the most unique games in the NES, it's also the funniest. Sorry, Maniac Mansion. So there's all these mini side quests and things to do in the city, but is there actually a point to them? Well, yeah! Right next to your health meter, you will notice something called a popularity meter. Every time you do a good deed or beat up a bad guy, it fills up a little. And this allows you to actually get to new places and new people recognize you, and you need to actually fill this bar up to get to certain parts in the game. It's nothing too special, but it's a really cool feature and something I think entirely unique to this game. Still not convinced this game is awesomely unique? How about this? Instead of having lives, every time you die, you are captured by Sutek and put in a different James Bond-like trap. If you escape, you get to keep playing. If not, then it's game over. Each trap is like a mini puzzle, but once you die enough times, you're put in a trap that you can't escape from, so it's not like we have unlimited lives or anything. And even though you'll probably figure out all the solutions to Sutek's traps within the first hour or so, you can't deny that this is a really cool idea. Again, I'm just a sucker for how creative and unique this game is.
So did you like my Star Tropics video?
I liked it, except for the damn...
I liked him.
But this game has a few big problems. A clunky menu system where you have to deal with a tedious examining process, and item management rears its ugly head in to remind you just how old this game is. Because of this, I can only recommend this one to gamers who are truly down with retro games. Interacting with your environment can seem like a real chore, and unless you're really a retro gamer, you probably won't be able to forgive this archaic system. But if you still think games like Snatchers, Shadowgate, and Deja Vu are fun, you'll feel right at home. If those games bore you, Nightshade might not be for you, because unlike those games, Nightshade is far more interactive since you have complete control over your character. So one could argue that you may have hated Snatcher, perish the thought, but still enjoy Nightshade. Nightshade is by no means a terrible game, but add this with the fact that there are no passwords or save points, and it just might not be your thing. Another problem is the combat. It's kinda lame. There's a big lack of balance here. Some fights are stupid easy and others are really, really tough.
You don't have a whole lot of fighting moves, Nightshade.
I'm just an average guy, what do you want?
But you're an action star in the game.
Well, I don't have a utility though.
But you're like a superhero. All you do is uppercut.
Well, it's a start.
This is still unlike any other game on the NES, so I can't really hold it against the game. And if memory serves me right, it's better than TMNT Tournament Fighters, which was the only domestic fighting game for the NES that I can think of. It's not completely broken, but it could be better. I still feel Ultra Games deserves credit for Nightshade's fighting system. This game just crams in so much. It tries to be so many different things, and for the most part, it succeeds on all fronts. It's not perfect, but for what they had to work with, I'd say they did fantastic. Nightshade is a game clearly ahead of its time, and I hate to sound redundant, but this would have kicked so much ass on the Super NES. And what's this? The game is subtitled Part 1? Does this mean they had other ideas in store for a sequel, but never had the chance to make it? Man, Nightshade Chapter 2 on the SNES? Where do I sign? Actually, I'd say it's just as likely this is another corny joke. Like, how pretentious is it for a game to have a Part 1 in its title? The idea that a game company would be so presumptuous that their game would reach the financial merit of a sequel while they were still making it is absolutely absurd. Yeah, this is probably a joke on the fact that they were sure nobody was gonna play this one. And with a 1991 release, this was the typical fate of a high-quality, low-profile game for the NES. What a shame.
Well, Nightshade, that about does it. This is part of the video now. I'd like to raise my glass and have a bit of wine. Care to join me?
No, superheroes don't drink, especially when they're on duty.
Wow. Okay, well, until next time, gang, remember, good games are great because they're good.
What?!